So I'm Dr. Blair Masters with AcuSmart, and I wanted to talk today about what I consider the missing link to having a baby, a thing that a lot of people ignore when they have problems with infertility. Creating a human being is really actually quite a complicated process, and all the stars kind of have to align to get things working properly. There's an enormous amount of things that the body has to get right for it to happen, and the chances for failure are quite high. We're actually lucky as humans that we even have as many of us around as we do. First, the sperm has to be the right number, the right amount of health and motility. The egg ovulation has to occur, obviously, and then it needs to travel down the fallopian tube. And then hormones all have to be balanced and working properly. But an important factor that is often missed is the woman's soil, what I call the soil. And if you've ever planted a garden, you know you need to have healthy soil for you to have a healthy garden. Well, the soil, as it relates to the human body, is the uterus. The uterine lining, here we have a picture of the uterus, kind of where it's placed in the body. Here's the ovaries and the fallopian tube and the uterus. And the uterine lining can become very, very inflamed or infected, and this can happen not necessarily from a disease where it's like a communicable disease, but from your diet. And this is something that you can change immediately. A high carbohydrate and high sugar diet can lead to an overgrowth of yeast or candida in the lining of the uterus. I see this on a regular basis with my infertile patients. And high omega-6 fatty acid intake can also lead to inflammation. And look in the description down below, there's going to be links to videos there that relate to that as well, and how I explain how that happens. But when these two things occur, and oftentimes they're fixed by the exact same thing. If you change the high carb diet, you're going to cut back on the omega-6s at the same time because they go together. But this makes for a very inhospitable place for a baby to grow. You know, if it's all inflamed in there, then you're very likely to have a miscarriage or maybe not even have a baby to begin with. So what can you do about it? Stop eating simple carbohydrates or foods high on the glycemic index. I would encourage you to look that up. The glycemic index is something that is widely available on the internet. Stop eating foods high in omega-6 fatty acids. Bread, pasta, cereal, tortillas, any kind of grain-based foods. Now, if you read this list, these are all also high in carbohydrates and usually high on the glycemic index as well. So when you stop one, you're stopping the other. Makes it easier. Vegetable oils. Quote, vegetable oils. Don't eat these. These are usually come from soy, corn oil, safflower seed oil, sunflower seed oil, peanut oil is really bad. These are all high in omega-6s that create inflammation. Use an omega-9 oil instead, which includes olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, way better for your body. And then take supplements to eliminate uterine infections. Oregano oil, garlic oil, mint oil are all been shown to help candida overgrowth. Caprylic acid is another thing that's not an oil that, not like an oil, that can help kill off candida overgrowth. Take a probiotic. That's not going to end up in the uterus directly, but it will help your overall health. And then click on the link below if you want to set up a time to discuss your infertility with me. I get great results with this kind of problem, and if you want to sit down and talk about it, I'd be happy to do it.